Coach, whenever you're ready, we'll start the statement about this week's game against Auburn and Mississippi State, then open up for questions.
Two good games this week. Two opponents that have high net rankings can be great resume games for us. I think Auburn's at 68 in the net, and I know Mississippi State is higher than that. So an opportunity for us to come out and continue to build with Auburn first, physical team, gonna be very stingy defensively. I think it's two good defensive teams, so it could be a low scoring game, or if we look like how we looked offensively last game, maybe we can do the same thing. But I expect it to be a really good game, and then obviously an in-state opponent with Mississippi State on the road is always a challenge.
You've gotten to watch your film now and kind of a few games into this. How are you seeing that Maddie at the point guard kind of evolving game to game?
Well, I'll tell you one thing, she's a nightmare for coaches. We have not had a coach yet come in and not talk about Maddie being at the point. Maddie loves playing at the point. We got to get her to understand that you're just playing the point. If you have someone smaller than you, go post them up. Get down, get dirty. She's loving the fact that she hadn't had to do that as much, but that is a part of her game. She don't look like she's struggling. She had solid first game, and then she goes and almost has a double-double versus, the national champs. So 13, 8, 4, 8 assists. So, we expect her to continue to get better and on both ends of the floor.
What's it like preparing for an opponent that, with Auburn, it sounds like they try to do a lot of the same things as you. What's that preparation process like when that's the case?
Yeah, I don't know. I think their game is different. They try to get you, they try to present chaos for the opponents. More like her mentor, Vic Schaefer, that type of style. Whereas us, we'll just keep you in front and make you take a tough shot. We don't score a lot off of people's turnovers. We score a lot off of people's misses. Whereas Auburn, they score a lot off of people's turnovers. So we'll have to protect the ball, which will be a challenge for everyone that they've played against. So we'll have to do that. That'll have to be an emphasis. And then we'll have to play at our pace and not get caught up in their pace. And I think that's going to be important, how we want to dictate every game we play in SEC.
What's the actual, because you were talking about pace a little bit after LSU too.
Yeah.
What's the actual in-game process of, hey, I want to slow this down?
Yeah.
How practically, how do you do that?
Well, for the LSU game, it was not a lot of pace for the speed of the game. It was more so pace on the scoring. And they were scoring a lot of points. And look, I only had one game of SEC play, and we scored 55 points, And even when we had KK, we weren't scoring a lot of points. So in my mind, I'm like, we can't keep up with this. It's too much. We got in a scoring bout with Oklahoma, and we lost that. And that's when we had, KK Deans. So now that we don't have her, we're not trying to hang our hats on that. Obviously, we want to score points. And I think we were able to do that. But the pace, when it comes down to the pace, it's just, if they're scoring a lot of points, we can't have that. We have a goal that we want to reach each quarter. We were able to reach it in the second half. And that's why LSU didn't have 100, because they were on pace for that. And if we could have had the same goal in the first half, we win that game. So that's something that we have to work on. When I talk about pace, I'm talking about points on the board.
You've had this now with Maya, and now you got it with Chris playing for teams, which is just the way the world is in the NIL. as a coach, have you learned maybe it's not such a big thing as maybe it initially might have been for players' minds?
It's not a big thing for me. I think it's a big thing for players. You know, I don't know that it's normal yet. You know, they still leave somewhere. And anytime, I mean, that's like, I don't know, breaking up and you got your new boo, you want to show them off, you know? So I think for her, she wants to play well. For us, this is just as an important game for us as it is for Auburn. You know, they're coming off a 2-game skid. We just lost a game, and we don't want a 2-game skid. And so, you know, there's a lot on the line for this as far as we're concerned. And that's how we're going to look at it.
Any other questions? Great.
Thank you.
Thanks.